Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry for looking rough. I literally just rolled out of bed. On my way to pawn shop, and I wanted to talk about these things. I did get a chance to see the fight that will potentially take place between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather. And here are my thoughts. I always knew Floyd Mayweather was not afraid to fight Mike Tyson. You have this debate of who's the greatest boxer of all time. In my opinion, that's Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is the Michael Jordan of boxing. He bought a style. He bought a willingness to work hard, really work hard. He brought a self-motivated attitude to the sport where you didn't have to tell him to train. He was going to train even if he went to the club. And then Mike Tyson is somebody that has been through a lot of ups and downs in life. And I hate to see him do these type of things because he really does look like at some point he wants to be in peace, but then at other times he seems like he wants to, fight till he die, which I don't have a problem with that. I think Floyd Mayweather is going to put on a performance that gives me reason to always be a fan of Floyd Mayweather and a respect for the craft that he formed in the sport of boxing, which is hit and don't get hit. Okay? That's the craft. Hit and don't get hit. Floyd, to me, was never what they would call a runner. He's running all the time. So, I think Floyd Mayweather is going to add to his greatness, being at the age he's at, still fighting these exhibition fights. See, I don't hear enough people saying, bro, you just get a man credit for actually fighting at the age that he's fighting. Everything in sports is rigged. Everything. So I don't put all my eggs in one basket as far as how authentic it will be. Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson is going to try to do what everybody says they wanted him to do, which is knock out Floyd Mayweather. Because, let's be honest, everybody hates Floyd. Roy Jones Jr., they all say, man, who did you fight? Who did he beat? The most champions in boxing history. What is button on?
Second, give me a second.
I don't know what they did, call themselves making these things more accessible. It's just more complicated. But I really do think that a lot of people are going to be disappointed by the fight, just like they've always been disappointed by these exhibition fights. Because the men that are participating in these fights, they're not trying to kill each other. You know, if I was in this position, you know, Floyd Mayweather, me and him share a lot in common when it comes to mastery. You know, I often have a saying where, and Floyd had said it before I even heard it, and then when I finally heard him say it, I was like, oh man, that's really true, is that, you know, you can be a man of many things and a master of nothing. And when you spend your entire life trying to master something, there will never be a moment where you're going to come up short, because you are in tune with the spirit realm when it comes to self-motivation. Okay? So, I'm looking forward to it. Who do I think is going to win? Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather. So, in other news, I did get a chance to see the Ray J and Cenat snippet, where Ray J is trying to take a shower with Cenat, and Cenat is putting on a performance as if he don't want this to go down. Just on the surface, you know, no Illuminati shit, none of that. This was very hilarious. I laughed my ass off. Ray J, I mean, the last couple of interviews that nigga that did, he done had me laughing. When he told Cam Newton, I mean, I was trying to take a shower with y'all, like, whoa. Cam looked at him and say, what? Ray J is really tripping me out, man. You know, and he makes a statement saying he's the new Diddy and all of this stuff. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to take on the mantle of being Hollywood's biggest freak, black freak. I would be surprised. You know, it seems like Ray J has been trying to get himself back in the good graces of Hollywood's gay community so that he can find some type of opportunity to get paid. You know, Hollywood, a lot of times they act like a bitter, vengeful female. Like, no matter what you do, no matter how many times you humiliate yourself, when they call you is when you know that what you're doing is working. So, Lil Nas, you want to walk around the street butt naked. Ray J want to take showers with other black dudes and all of this shit. You never know. Some of these people, they will never see any fruit bearing from any of this silly ass shit that they do. So it's almost like they're waiting at Satan's doorstep, like, please open the door. I'll do anything you need me to do, man. You're not telling me what you want me to do, and then if you tell me what you want me to do and I do it, that might not even be the end of it. This is why these celebrities look so tired and worn out. So when I saw it, you know, again, all Illuminati shit aside, it was funny as hell. I thought that shit was hilarious. My man in the shower. My man in the shower, bro, dancing to this. Yeah, they finna come scrape this bum off the bench over there. But yeah, man, I did get a chance to see that, and I laughed my ass off. Cenat is such a tool. Ray J is just so desperate for some type of attention. Yeah, so. Let's see, in other news, I had one more topic I wanted to talk about. Forgot what it was. Man, I forgot what it was. But I'll talk about one thing that was on my mind that I got a chance to see on the channel Philly-on was the rise of black fatigue. The idea that other races are getting tired of black people's bullshit. Shout out to the brother that I was listening to, the white man. He was, you know, there's nothing more refreshing than an unwithered unafraid, unabashed white man that will speak the truth about our race. I love to hear white folks speak the truth about our race. I've never heard anybody that will be considered a racist based off of how they talk about black people. I'm not subscribed to channels like that. I don't know any channels like that. Every channel I listen to, Jake the Asshole, he changed his name to Jake the Awake. But, Philion, when they do these breakdowns of how black people are basically overgrown toddlers, you get a certain segment of black folk that just don't like to hear shit like that. They don't like to hear that we are disrespectful, we are rude, we are very callous, and a lot of us, we're not raised like that. A lot of it is just the conditioning of society telling you that if you are kind and sweet and generous and considerate of other people, that you somehow are soft. In my daily comings and goings here on the bus, when I listen to a lot of what black people are involved in, it does make me hold my head in shame. The other day I was at the gym, and you hear a guy in the gym he's just ranting about a bunch of nothing, really. He was just, yeah, man, because I'm trying to get to that money, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting in the shower like, unless you got on some like waterproof headphones, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? And he wasn't talking to nobody. What I really think he was, I think he was that Indian dude that I told you that he wants to be black, so he walks around the gym saying stuff like, how you doing, my brother? How you doing? And I told y'all that one time I looked at him like, nigga, I don't know who the fuck you is. And he made a comment, was like, man, see, if I was a white man, you would have said something to me, man. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you ain't no nigga. What are you talking about? So I think it was him trying to, let the world know that he know black people like to sing in the shower. Black people like to, carry on about a bunch of nothing. And they do it in a manner that, like, they think nobody else is around. So, that's just one of many examples. You go to Walmart, you go to, you go anywhere and you'll see black folk acting in a way that is very disgusting. And I do know I have my finger on the pulse of my community, and I know without a doubt that other people cannot stand black folk. I know it, the way we walk, the way we dress. A lot of races try to mimic what we do, but they do it in a way that they probably wish that they were the ones that started whatever it is, sagging pants, because they have still some form of efficacy about themselves. Like they'll pull up their pants when they walk into a building where they know kids and old people at. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. But then you got us, where we don't like rules. We don't think rules apply to us. If somebody tried to correct us, that we think they racist. So yeah, black fatigue is something that is very apparent here in America. We still culturally hold a lot of the trends and shit like that, but it's only because that's all that we cling to. We vibrate to the lower of society: clothes, music, drama, hell, I would say food. How many people out here be talking about, man, I'm gonna go eat over there, I'm gonna go eat over there. And then, that's pretty much all they talk about when I'm at work. I told y'all a lot of their conversations are just full of shit because I'm not talking to them. So they look around like, when Charles was kind of like talking to everybody, they know that they could say something and just start a conversation out of nowhere. But now when I'm not talking to them, there's a weird, awkward silence going on in the building that somebody then will have to say something like, oh, Hey, you ever eat at that place down the street? No, I ain't never ate over there. What's over there? Oh, they got some good food over there. And then they just go all talking about that shit. And it's a bunch of, I'm going to try it. I'm going to let you know. Is it good? How many times y'all ever heard somebody give a review on some type of food and they say, nah, that shit nasty as hell. Don't try that. I can go to Whataburger and say, yeah, man, the number one, man, that shit good. And hey, man, is it good, though? It trips me out when I see a person walk into a damn restaurant and they go, hey, is that any good? That's why I couldn't do customer service. I couldn't do front counter. I couldn't do those jobs because it was just... I would just look at you like a fucking buffoon. Hey, man, that avocado burger, is that any good? Motherfucker, I don't know. You think part of the job is that they let us sample everything? Nigga, I don't know. So again, I'm just, I'm aware that black people are very annoying. Very cowardly. This nigga here, he clogging up the goddamn sewage, throwing trash underneath the goddamn in the the sewer. And you wonder why we get flooding in some areas that's just out of control. I'm telling y'all, man, these bums don't offer shit to society but headaches. Every single day you in the same fucking spot begging. Nothing never crosses your mind to say, man, these people probably tired of seeing my ass over here every day. Yeah, they are. They are. That was the last topic I was going to talk about. Being a Dallas Cowboy fan. I grew up a Dallas Cowboy fan begrudgingly. My father was a Cowboys fan. I was never a fan of any football team outside of the Patriots. To watch my dad when I was growing up get prepared for the season, talk all of this stuff at church, and to see year in and year out the way that Dallas would lose. It's not like we're the Detroit Lions and we're not even thought about, or it's not like you're the Philadelphia Eagles or some team that you just kind of can shoe in, to make the playoffs. We lost in fashions that would just crush a fan to death. That would just crush a fan. Drop balls, fucked up penalties, players doing dumb shit to get ejected. It just got to the point where it was like, dude, how could you seriously root for a team and, like the ignorant ass stooge you are, you're never going to say, I'm done with this team. I don't never want to see another piece of Cowboy memorabilia in my goddamn house ever again. Instead, y'all do this. We're going to get him next year. We're going to get him next year. Shout out to Jake the Asshole, because he makes these parody videos where he goes through all 32 NFL teams saying what their fan base says week in and week out after losses and shit. Is like, oh man, it was Jason Garrett's fault. Man, if it wasn't those refs' fault, man, it was fucking Micah Parsons' fault. Man, it was Dak Prescott's. If only we had a quarterback. They make it's done in such a brilliant way that it's like, if you watch that video and you're still a fan of any team, you're a fucking dummy. And then when y'all use these plural terms like we and us, we won the chip. If we can just, you're not playing. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean, man. It's no, I don't know what you mean. Stop saying we. You're not a part of this team. I get tired when I hear these niggas say, man, the fans pay these niggas bills. No, they don't. The fans do not pay professional sports bills. They don't. These people have private investors. People invested in the team. People that, basically write checks for the team. Then the team distributes the money out to the players after they didn't pay for the vendors and drinks and uniforms and all that other shit. This ain't no motherfucking corner store type of shit where we going in there and they don't care. I tell you right now, if the NBA lost 50 million fans, they're going to find a way to get that money. So, when I had to see Dallas Cowboy fans year in and year out, I never knew a lot of them. I only knew a couple of them. And every one of them are just pathetic motherfuckers. My dad, you know, it was very depressing to see my dad rooting for a loser. My dad. Dad, you could have been a fan of any other team and could have had any type of bragging rights. You could have been a fucking a Titan fan. You could have been a New England fan. You could have been any other fan, bro. Hell, even a Texan fan. And you would have had more bragging rights than being a fucking Cowboys fan. Week in and week out, we got to see this clown show of the Dallas Cowboys led by Jerry Jones. And this dumbass dude can't read the room and understand, man, people don't want me around anymore. People think that my team will be ran better if I wasn't around. Like, what? I don't understand. This is what I said about, like, LeBron. Like, do you guys hang around people all day long that tell y'all, you ain't doing nothing wrong, man. Everything you doing is okay. You straight. Everybody that's ridiculing you don't like you, and they're losers. Donald Trump. You gonna molest a woman and call her a loser because she told on you. She's a loser. People like that are sociopaths. They could walk the streets all day of some major city and have people throwing shit on them, and then they'll just think like, it's something wrong with these people. And in some ways it is. Jerry Jones is supposed to wake up and see that he's lost millions because people are like, bro, you've been doing this for 30 years. Losing. We're done with you. We're done with you. So to sit there and watch people talk about my dad, talk about, yeah, Charles, you still, with them raggedy ass Cowboys. A lot of those games I would watch with my dad and see how pissed off my dad would get about a blown call or a fucked up play or, something like that. And then he got to go to bed, upset and have to defend this whack ass team like Skip Bayless do every day at work or wherever you talk about the game or something like that. But yeah, man, I got a chance to see all of these topics. Again, I was not surprised that CeeDee Lamb dropped that ball to lose the fucking game. It just, Dallas will never be anything as long as Jerry Jones is still alive. I know football, and I knew that the Dallas Cowboys did not have a middle linebacker. Vander Esch. See, you keep drafting these Peckerwood crackers thinking everybody got a goddamn cowboy hat and spurs on. Bro, you need niggas out there to be able to run from sideline to sideline. You keep getting these white boys out here, they gonna get their ass cooked every fucking time by these damn quarterbacks that can get to the outside. I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan, but it really told me everything. When these niggas did not pick up Derrick Henry in free agency, that told me everything I needed to know. That told me everything I needed to know. Y'all don't want to win, bro. You want to win. And I could not imagine walking around as a billionaire or a millionaire, whatever he is, and you walking around knowing I'm a loser. I'm a fucking loser. Imagine how big your balls are if you just say, oh man, we didn't went to the playoffs the last 3 years. We didn't want a chip in the last 20 years. If we would have frequented the playoffs like the Eagles, that's real bragging rights. And then you can say like, oh yeah, man, Dallas, we only just a couple pieces away. Might not be our year this year or next, but we'll be back. Nope, can't talk like that when you're a Dallas fan. So keep these videos relatively short. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, all those wonderful things. I'm doing this so that I can come out of the workforce, man. So that if worst case scenario, I'll just have another stream of income from YouTube and donations. So Cash App is $Charles Edwards III. We're going to keep it pushing, man. I'll see y'all later on today. I'm out.